na-eje na Igbo bịa ka isoro onye ije motos onye ije anyị Igbo jemba daalụ.
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is only ije. Onye ije moto. Kedu onye butere fa? Onye ije. Bokopi, si abokopi. Bokopi.
Ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehenụ maka n'ọkwụ na-ana enwerọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu steeti na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfọrọ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme ekishọ na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ dị paramount ka ị wee nwee safety ka ị nwee security ifugi ya onye ije motos na-ọfa gị security na-ọfa gị safety na-ọfa gị comfort and luxury nya ịchọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa ịchọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school maọbụ ebe ọbụla ị na-eje ịchọrọ ijejafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-ana obodo ịmatara ihe ọbụla ị na-eme bịa ka isoro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị anyị ga-eme ekishọn ijelu na udo anyị ga-eme ekishọn na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike enwerọkwa ihe ga-eme gị ifugi anyị mekikwe shọ na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje mekie shọ na ịdị safe nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị that is our drivers inene anya fa na-ejike na njike ndị Igbo wite akwa ọcha ha na-eyi n'okpu mmemme njirimara ndị Igbo inekwa n'anya efu na ụgbọala anyị na-achakekwe na njirimara ndị Igbo ịnanya anyị ji nsibidi wee desia ụmụ ife ọ bụrụ na ị na-aghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị minil bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị na-emela anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe ọbụla ị na-eje n'ala Igbo bịa ka isoro onye ije motos onye ije anyị Igbo jemba daalụ.
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is only ije. Onye ije moto. Kedu onye butere fa? Onye ije. Bokopi, si abokopi. Bokopi.
Ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehenụ maka n'ọkwụ na-ana enwerọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu steeti na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfọrọ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme ekishọ na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ dị paramount ka ị wee nwee safety ka ị nwee security ifugi ya onye ije motos na-ọfa gị security na-ọfa gị safety na-ọfa gị comfort and luxury nya ịchọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa ịchọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school maọbụ ebe ọbụla ị na-eje ịchọrọ ijejafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-ana obodo ịmatara ihe ọbụla ị na-eme bịa ka isoro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị anyị ga-eme ekishọn ijelu na udo anyị ga-eme ekishọn na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike enwerọkwa ihe ga-eme gị ifugi ya anyị mekikwe shọ na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje mekie shọ na ịdị safe nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị that is our drivers inene anya fa na-ejike na njike ndị Igbo
Ndewo no ụmụ Igbo afa m bụ Nneoma ụtụtụ Monday anụnwa bụ the 28th day of July 2025 ka anyị na gị nọlia ka anyị kpalikọta nkata ka o si wee gbasata politics na ala Nigeria nakwa ana Igbo be anyị mụ na nwanne m nwoke bụ Mayor awụchigo n'ụtụtụ a ka anyị wee gụpụtasịalụ gị ife melụ n'izu ụka gara aga ịghọtago anyị etinyekwana ya anya tinyekwana ya ọnụ gbaa mbọ ka itinyela anyị ebumnobi gị echiche gị and your contributions na comment section anyị gbaa mbọ ka isoro anyị tinyela anyị aka na follow na share button ka anyị na gị nwee ike na-enwe mkpakọrịta Mayor keke ime n'ụtụtụ a arụ dị gị mma nnọọ ọ dị ka ife na-eme n'obodo a dị elute saịdị
ọ na-erute mana ya ma ekwe ka o metụ m
oke inwecha asọm inwe shock absorber
ọ na-enwe shock absorber now na this country ịma na ịchọ igbu onwe
one skit nne one boy welu shock absorber na-aga kefe a na-akpụ ya adapter na-agaghalị na-eke onye ọbụla si onye ọbụla na Nigeria na anyị ncha n'idila adapter ka anyị wee na-edi ife na-eme from police brutality to police misconduct all over the country ọ bụ ịnụ na retired policemen je protest
afọ m akụkọ gbasara protest ahụ and ekiri m vidio ahụ n'anya na-afụkwa na no the current serving policemen whom these retired policemen are also fighting for.
Good.
We are trying to stop them. This country, it gives you quiet already yet for the change.
But what do you think is happening, right? Anybody who is faring better in the conditions of
nobody is, but like I think everybody is just I would say that they are being professional as policemen. But when have we known Nigerian policemen to be professional?
But the first question should be, why are we stopping people from protesting, especially in this administration? All over the country, are people being picked up for protesting for one thing or the other? Why not a Delta State, they protest headsmen that are attacking their communities, and they protest in Abauchi, and they protest in Kefi, and so many other parts of Nigeria. Man, I know ne welu mother 6 eba ne me protest, welu mother 2 eba. So, are we not supposed to protest?
You know, with the way Nigeria is now, right? Protest is a right, a constitutional right.
Yes, democratically.
A democratic, right for everybody in the democratic system. But you know the way Nigeria works, they try to use suppression, oppression. When you are a voice who speaks against, calls out the ills of government, they try to silence you and the rest of that. So yeah, normally we are supposed to protest, but like, given the kind of country in there, where anything goes, right? They try to fight against, citizens speaking up for themselves, talking about their rights and all of that. So it's a very funny country. Very funny situation.
We're seeing misshoots. Okay, there was an incident in Ebonyi State. A family is accusing the police of selling their baby for 25 million naira and paying the mother 700,000 naira. And Imago, we're listening to stories like this, and this is coming from our security forces. Imago, they safeguarded the lives and properties of Nigerians.
They sold the baby for 25 million naira.
Yes.
And gave the mom that
700,000.
That is the height of cruelty. That the policemen, this child trafficking,
that's right,
this child sale and all of that are the ones now committing it. Yet, let alone now even trying to cheat. We are not even talking alone about them being, them being caught in this kind of, drama.
Why are we selling babies?
No, why are you
what sort of business idea is that? And coming from a reputable institution like the Nigerian police.
Reputable Nigerian police force in the same sentence. It can't be. There's nothing reputable about
Can we
that.
reform that institution? Do you think there's any place in our imagination where we can get?
I
to
don't think. I actually don't think that we can reform the Nigerian police force.
that? Really?
What are you reforming? Is it
So-
not? See, if you want to reform the Nigerian, then you reform the average Nigerian. Which you know it's not possible, because this thing, this corrupt, way of life has eaten deep into Nigerians, into from the top to the bottom. Corruption has eaten deep. You see a Nigerian now. I'm also guilty of that. You come to a place where maybe a public place, a bank, because you are this and that. You jump the queue. And you get preferential treatment. This thing, if you find a way to bypass whatever it is you are doing, you pay your way through it. It's corruption. So it has eaten deep into everybody. Everybody is looking for a shortcut, an easy way out.
Like
So-
you said, it's in our church, it's in our
Everywhere.
in the family, it's in the community. It's like we don't mind rewarding bad behavior. We don't mind rewarding bad behavior. A civil servant in Nigeria minimum wage.
At all.
Adapu minimum wage. In any
Even the minimum wage one, even the minimum wage of 70,000 naira. How does a citizen of this country survive on just 70,000 naira a month?
Mayo yanye goodie 70,000 now. Imana nkema borodi the number. If follow the 70, sikanye goodie nye. Onyawa but the problem. Ikwere enye, you've not even given them. Fawesizi go okay na 17 yela nye zero. You have not given them. The federal government is owing almost 6 months backlog of said 70,000 naira minimum wage. Igotago makana a little bit goes a long way to help. Anyadi ekuzoku the cost of food, commodities, and lifestyle in Nigeria. Anyadi ekuzoku services. MTN has been in the news. I now call for out.
Yes.
We're calling out MTN and other network providers and service providers in Nigeria. You people at this point, you are extorting us. You are stealing from us. It is broad daylight robbery that you're doing to Nigerians at this point. There are complaints all over the social media, all over the internet about how much you are, taking from Nigerians, especially. We don't know how other African countries are faring.
Yeah,
with your services.
I'm an MTN user, and I must say
Tell me,
that
tell me.
it's already getting up to here. You cannot. How would I'm not? Most times that I'm in the office, I'm connected to Starlink.
We are.
We are connected to Starlink. So you don't tell me that when I subscribe at least 20 or 50 gig a month, it doesn't last up to 1 week.
It's not funny.
It's not. So tell me, why is this happening like this? They increased data tariff, right? And if that's like, is that not enough for you guys?
I know they gave the federal government gave you almost 200% increase on all of your services, and you made sure that Nigerians are paying for it. We are paying for it. The services you're offering us, like data and airtime, they are costing us arms and legs. How do we buy 90 gig data and then after 6 days, the person says, "Oh, I don't have data"? It doesn't make common sense
At all.
It doesn't make common sense. And at the rate at which Nigerians are consuming this data and airtime, you should have shown us a little bit of compassion, right? And this brings in question the Nigerian Consumer Protection Service. Do you think that that institution has any regard in Nigeria? If you on our law, Nigerians are in way.
How many times have you seen them? Like, how many times have you seen this particular body you called do something in protection of Nigerians? How many times have you seen them? Do you know how the extent we get, fleeced in this country?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen them? Okay, they were talking about fake products in the market, fake everything. What have they done to make sure to curb that? So what have they been doing? There's nothing. I can't point out to one particular thing that, I know that they have been doing. So there is nothing, no, Nigeria, just you're on your own, you and your God.
Turns out most people in this country don't even know that we do have consumer protection services. You wonder who is running this institution, who takes care
And
of
these are institutions that have millions of naira in their yearly budget.
steady.
Steady
They
millions
receive
of
everything that is
Imagine.
due to them.
So
everything.
what have they been doing with that? What way have they been able to, carry out their duty? So it's a very sad thing. Well, talking about Nigeria now is always how do I say it? It's always tiring.
Funny enough, this is how everybody feels. But the truth of the matter is that this is the conversation of our lives.
Yeah.
Makana I quoted last year, I quoted the year before, I quoted this year. If we're not making any changes, we're just going to be stuck on the same circle.
True.
And the more tired we get, the worse our situation will become. Anyways, kanijele mwe belafia anyinabia.
Ndewo n'Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehelụ maka n'ọkwụ n'ana enwere ọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu State na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfụrụ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme ekishọ na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ dị paramount ka ị wee nwee safety ka ị nwee security ifu gị onye ije motos na-ọfa gị security na-ọfa gị safety na-ọfa gị comfort and luxury nya ịchọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa ịchọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school maọbụ ebe ọbụla ị na-eje ịchọrọ ijejafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-anọ obodo ịmatarọ ihe ọbụla ị na-eme bịa ka isoro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị anyị ga-eme ekishọn ijelu na udo anyị ga-eme ekishọn na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike enwerọkwa ihe ga-eme gị ifu gị anyị mekikwe shọ na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje mekie shọ na ịdị safe nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị that is our drivers inene anya fa na-ejike na njike ndị Igbo wite akwa ọcha ha na-eyi n'okpu mmemme njirimara ndị Igbo inekwa n'anya efu na ụgbọala anyị na-achakekwe na njirimara ndị Igbo ịnanya anyị ji nsibidi wee desia ụmụ ife ọ bụrụ na ị na-aghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị minil bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị ya mere anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe ọbụla ị na-eje n'ala Igbo bịa ka isoro onye ije motos onye ije anyị bụ oje mba daalụ
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is Onyeije. Onyeije moto. Kedu onye butere fa? Onyeije. Bokopi, si a bokopi.
Bokopi.
Ndewo n'Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba
politics na-etinye anya n'akụkọ ndị mere isiokwu na political scene n'ala anyị n'izu ụka nke gara aga anyị akpago ife gbasara police brutality and some of the ways institutions nọ n'obodo anyị adị alụ ọlụ anyị gbakwalụ MTN n'ọkpa maka na afa na-eme anyị ife na-ewutetu anyị Nigerians anyị ebega akwa na-ebe akwa na-akpọ MTN kafa tinye anya na kafa si handle anyị onye ọbụla welu nwayọọ wee na-eme anyị ya bụ ife na the country maka ị na-anya ịfụ na these corporations and these companies nọ na Nigeria na-enekwa gọọmenti anyị anya ịghọtago na-afụ ka gọọmenti anyị si emeso anyị omume maka na asị na oke nọ n'ụlọ gwalụ nke nọ n'ọfịa na azụ dị na ngịga ịghọtago maka fa n'anya fụ ka ndị ụmụnne anyị kwesịrị ị na-etinyela anyị anya na-eneta anyị anya otu fa si eme anyị adịrọ mma fanwa ama nwe respect or regard for Nigerians as well. So it still boils down to the way the political class are handling this country and themselves. I chọọ itinye anya na other issues in the country. Anya ifu ebe FCT minister akụkọ ya na iwekọsiana ewele ebe ịghọtago ewele ebe and it turns out from the look of things nobody can hold Wike to order. From the look of nobody can call him to order. Anya ifu na court dị na Nigeria anya amarozi mafa na alụ ọlụ cause just for decoration. Anyamaro who to report certain incidents to. Because the president has simply shut his mind if basalo the conduct of Wike and in Abuja. And that's just, to give you that information. Also in Enugu State, Banyeba, Kanyitetelo last week, early days of last week, the EERC, that is the Enugu State Electricity Regulatory Commission, si anyị na fe reduce go the price, na egekwa munti ofuma, na fe reduce go the price of ndị band A, reduce go the price of their tariff from 209 naira per kilowatt to 160 naira per kilowatt. Makana obodo anyị bụ Nigeria ọ na-afịa bara anyị anụ na price reduce.
Also, ka m kwugodo okwu na nke ọ bụrụ ọsọ ikwu na reduce the price. Ọ ka ifu n'anya.
I believe
I believe till anyị go ọkụ. Till I go units ọkụ. I have by saying because
makana since epupu ihe a nwebe onye anyị fo si
I see from August 1st. So August 1st lo I go maka if I na-akwụ n'ụgwọ ọkụ. Hi. Na anya n'ụgwọ ọkụ mmadụ na-akwụ na this country ka hali just go on n'Enugu. I ga-ebe akwa for people who are running businesses. Right? Electricity is very important. Electricity is very important, but the kind of price we pay for this same electricity is quite alarming. So let us see. Kada first August hakulo, then we'll see. 200 and from 209
naira.
209 to 166.
160.
160. Wonderful. Kudos to them on that, but it is not just saying it by audio. Let us also see the
maka n'ife gbasara electricity elotam na mgbe President Tinubu na-abịa n'ọchịchị o kwekwara Nigerians nkwa na efolu n'izu a anyị ncha ga-enwe ife a na-akpọ 24-hour electricity.
Na okwulu na all na ye nwe 24-hour electricity. Ka ya leave vote here the second term.
Na nke anụnwa na-abịa.
Anụ ya.
And n'anya otu esi enye anyị ọkụ na Nigeria ị ga-eche ma anyị adị akwụ bill for Nigerian electricity. I'm serious. Etu esi enye anyị ọkụ n'obodo ị ga-eche ma maybe kedu ife a na-akpụ ya otu esi akwụ subsidy ị ga-eche ma a subsidized product or service. Ịghọtago agwa gị na anyị na-akwụ exorbitant electricity tariff ihe ekwe.
Ịgwa gị eziokwu.
Ịghọtago ana m ama mmadụ njakịrị si etu anyị nọ ndị tọrọ anyị tisie up NEPA. Anyị nwabekwa na-amụ ụmụ na 2025 ha nwabekwa iso anyị na-eme up NEPA ihe a na-eme ifele ịghọtago ụmụ kelekele onwe nwa kelekele ife na-emebecha na be anyị ine n'anya fụ na anyị ka na-eme like mmadụ jee bank ojekwụrụ line na-akalia ị na-ajụ onwe gị ife 1965 kedu ife na-eme ịghọtago ịgbago na-reduce steez anyị nnọọ ife anyị gafechago aka na-emie anọkata kịta ofu onye apụtakwa anyị nwere driver's license akwado
nwee NIN,
jebe ebe a.
nwee BVN,
Ehe.
nwekwa voters card. Obere oge na si na
anyị have enwe CIA nwee FBI nwee
nwekwa
NTA
PDP.
maka enwe obere ife ọzọ achọ imekwa kịta ofu onye ewepụtakwa ọzọ Nigerians ewe je kwụyalịba. You will think that with at a certain level na anyị ga-enwe
No, ya ga-enwe unify. Yes.
that information ndị mmadụ dị ọ bụkwara ife a na-enye anyị nsogbu with investigating crime because anyị nwere how to actually identify people. Ịghọtago iche ifilu fọm nka iwelu driver's license iche ifilu nka or request ya BVN iche ifilu nka also the voters card so it's difficult which is why anọkata sị na ejibego one platform wee gwube ndị mmadụ wayo because anyị nwere stable forensic data that can actually say nekwa ka ihe a dị and we can trust it. Ife anyị ji ekwuli ife a bụ ka ndị ọ dị n'aka ka uche unu na-agbata ya maka ọ dị ka uche ndị ọchịchị adị elutezi na ụmụ kelekele ife a na-anụ bụ project and speaking of project onye isi ala anyị bụ President Bola Tinubu a request go ka the National Assembly and the House of Representatives ka fa wee approve ka ya wee nweta a brand new loan. Now, I am about to give you the details about said loan. It's running into billions. Mana ebuli nya bu loan maka ife achọrọ iji wee mee bulisie nya. The first one bụ nke achọrọ iji wee mee the Calabar Coastal Highway, the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. I'm sure you've been hearing this particular.
Since this administration, this has been what we've been hearing, the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road, right? And I think it's about to borrow again, Abi?
22, okay, that will be $22 million.
$22 million.
Apologies, let me take that again. It has been approved, actually. The Senate, about 5 days ago, because I wanted to be very sure, 5 days ago, approved $21.5 billion for the 2025/2026 external borrowings for President Tinubu's government. 5 days ago.
20 what?
$21.5 billion.
You're going to fuzzy in foreign reserves.
Anyakanwelo foreign reserves.
Hey.
As at last year, August, almost a year from now, it was said that each Nigerian was currently owing 600,000 naira. Anyamaro whom we are owing this money, but it's been estimated that each of us, that's the Nigerian debt presently, and you charge you up to 600,000 naira in national debt. Each Nigerian. We don't know what is going on.
600,000.
Why do you think the National Assembly is accepting these borrowings?
Why are you thinking any other thing? Why are you surprised? The National Assembly have they ever resisted anything this man says? Have they ever stood against what we are witnessing now, according to what a lot of people are saying, is a rubber stamp National Assembly. I think the only time they had rejected a notion from the president was when he was going to send soldiers to Niger.
Okay.
That was the only time, and that was before the whole infiltration, where most of them are now moving to APC. Let me tell you, very soon we'll no longer have opposition in
what do you think
Assembly.
that means for the Nigerian politics if we don't have opposition?
So now, the APC are 3 ministers away.
Okay.
3 senators away from having the total number required to form a majority quorum.
Okay.
Do you understand? To form a majority, 3 ministers away, 3 senators away. Why do you guys keep saying ministers? 3 senators away. That means whenever they just they can come with anything
Yes.
and pass it.
That's the point.
So, It's a very, very people don't know what people are just relaxing, not knowing what is happening in this country.
So what can the average Nigerian do? Because at this point we're quite deep in.
See those people whom their lawmakers are decamping to APC. They need to start. We need to start doing something about it. We need to start doing something about it. Democracy in this country is going down the drain.
It is.
Democracy in this country is going down the drain. The goal for them is to turn this country to a one-party state, and they keep denying it. But that is their goal. They keep denying and denying it. The opposition needs to also step up their game and start wooing some of these lawmakers.
The opposition is the problem because
They need to start stepping up their game. PDP as a party has failed. Now that the ADC has come up, why have they not started wooing some of these lawmakers to their side?
Speaking of ADC, right? That coalition seems to be struggling because Nigerians don't trust it.
So the main issue, the main reason why Nigeria don't trust it is because they feel that Atiku Abubakar is going to try to win.
It's the same old bad blood.
it's the
Look
same
at
old-
the people who have formed the coalition.
So now,
And they are still fronting themselves because Atiku wants to run.
yeah.
They
So
all
now
almost want
people
to
do
run.
not trust them because they feel like they're not going to give Peter Obi the ticket. So it's just, even Peter Obi himself is one leg in, one leg out.
So what does that leave the average Nigerian thinking? Because at this point, something has to happen. The people are almost looking confused, which is giving the ruling party leverage to cover their tracks and gather more people. And people are leaving for the APC in their numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I think let's take this break, and then when we come back, we'll continue.
ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na South East na mpaghara South East nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehelụ maka na ọkwụ na-ana enwere ọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu State na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwara anyị abịago nekwa anyị akwa ịfụrụ ụgbọala anyị dị sarasara ụgbọala anyị dị samsam ọ ga-eme kisho na ijeluru ebe ị na-eje n'udo ịnata n'udo maka na ụgbọala dị ndụ dị paramount ka ị wee nwee safety ka ị nwee security ifugi ya onye ije motos na-ọfa gị security na-ọfa gị safety na-ọfa gị comfort and luxury nya ịchọrọ ije holidays ka ị na-eje ịzụ afịa ịchọrọ ka ụmụ gị na school maọbụ ebe ọbụla ị na-eje ịchọrọ ijejafe ụmụnne gị ma ị na-ana obodo ịmatara ihe ọbụla ị na-eme bịa ka isoro onye ije motos wee jee njem gị anyị ga-eme kishon ijelu na udo anyị ga-eme kishon na ebe ị na-eje na ijelulie na-arụ isi ike enwerokwa ihe ga-eme gị ifugi anyị mekikwe shon na anyị tinyelu nwa security measures to make sure na ụgbọala anyị buluru gị ebe ị na-eje mekie shon na ịdị safe nke a bụ nke ndị Igbo nke a bụ nke ejirimara ndị Igbo ndị ọkwọ ụgbọala anyị that is our drivers inene anya fa na-ejike na njike ndị Igbo wite akwa ọcha ha na-eyi n'okpu mmemme njirimara ndị Igbo inekwa n'anya efu na ụgbọala anyị na-achakekwe na njirimara ndị Igbo ịnanya anyị ji nsibidi wee desia ụmụ ife ọ bụrụ na ị na-aghọta asụsụ Igbo ị ga-aghọta na ife anyị minil bụ na nke a bụ nke anyị na-emela anyị ji wee na-akpọ ndị Igbo niile na-akpọkwa ụmụ Naijiria niile ka ị bịa sonyere onye ije ebe ọ bụla ị na-eje n'ala Igbo bịa ka ị soro onye ije motos onye ije anyị bụ oje mba daalụ
If you want safety, if you want comfort, if you want to go to wherever your destination is, it is Onije. Onije moto. Kedu onye butere fa? Onije. Bokopi, si a bokopi.
Bokopi.
All right. Dalu n'isonyela anyị on a Voice of the East ka ị nọ na ụtụtụ anụnwa. Anyị nọ na the last segment of this program ka anyị gbaa mbọ ka anyị chịkọta ha ncha niile ọnụ. Mayor, speaking of national conduct and the way esi eme ife n'obodo anyị just na-etinye anya na our National Assembly and how they have become almost imposterous at this point. Ọ dịzị ka anyị aghọtara ọdị ife na-eme. It's not looking like the people who are sitting there are doing anything. Or they call OES members, kind of say, our National Assembly. Anyways, speaking of national conduct, the House of Reps have passed the first reading for a bill seeking to ban public and civil servants, including their families, from using private schools and healthcare services in this country.
Jehovah. I don't know. Some of these our politicians, I don't know if they are for or against the people. Now, everybody by rights should be free to take their kids to their kids and family members to the kind of school they feel they can afford.
Agreed.
One, if they can afford a private hospital, let them. Then again, we need to even talk about the fact that we don't even have most of our public hospitals in this country, government-run hospitals in this country, are not well equipped. So why are they against the lawmakers themselves? Do they use hospitals here in Nigeria? These people are out to kill Nigerians.
Don't you think now, because maybe it is not a rule yet that, they are not allowed to have their children leave this country or their family members leave this country?
Who will set the rule?
Who
Who will follow it? Will you tell me now, the president now, who is also a public servant?
So does it mean that we live in a lawless country? We are not
don't you know sense? You should know sense. If you don't know by now, then I don't know what to do.
So what we're saying is that we really can't get things to work here. And then I so that we can all benefit.
If you are still looking at Nigeria from that point of view right now with this government, with APC in power, just forget about it. Because when these people now suggests that they are for the people,
it's difficult.
So you'd see.
It's difficult for one to wrap their heads around.
It is.
Ige feeling obuluna. That says that these people are not allowed to send their kids to schools in London and America and some other nice countries where things are actually working. Ifela di emefa na FCT, that's na Abuja. Ebane we take pictures of children who cannot find chairs to sit down in their schools. In Abuja of all places. I'm not talking about
very sad. And that is the same place where the minister is allocating land to his children.
And father and any other goat. If there's a goat in the Wike family, the goat probably has a land in Abuja at this point. But the truth is that in most of the schools in Nigeria, it is a sad cry. It's a terrible thing. In scrappy environment. And I'm not even talking about basic education centers like primary and secondary schools, or the bad that even in our higher institutions, in universities, if hostels,
let me even come to this.
So because I'm in a school, one of the worst hostels in this country.
One of the media, what post does he hold again? I've forgotten. And you know, go here. So last week he went to Esut and made a video of the water. Even the students
I saw the video.
Even the students and you need to see the pride that which this young man was talking about water scheme, Esut water scheme. That is, you need to see this video.
Slave mentality.
You need to see this video. Yeah, what
Edition
stops
Oburi
them?
Fekbanilo Okulora.
What stop? It is one of the things. Okulora said in his post that last week he went to a suit and he saw what was going on there. So, like, what stops them from connecting that water to be running into the hostels,
Yes.
to the kitchens, to the toilets of these students?
Luxury also Nigerians also.
May one rubbish emelu. For you to be even come there are people who live like who do not live who probably may not live around there.
Yes.
For you to come and fetch water there,
You must come.
like
Yes.
why do people put political circumfancy in front of actually being reasonable? Why are we not reasonable? And if you go to that post on Twitter, you would see when people are calling out that rubbish the guy posted, he will go there, a public servant, someone who works for the government,
Yes.
for the state. He goes there and you are replying people with
Oh,
insults.
they get very aggressive. They get very
Like-
insolent. How dare you criticize a government that they are trying to blow up?
Like
It's very
a
embarrassing.
government.
Very
It is shameful.
It is embarrassing.
Highly shameful that in this country or in a state like Enugu State, we celebrate things like that. It is highly shameful for him to even make that kind of video. He should be ashamed of himself.
Everything is a charade. Everything
Everything
acting.
is
Emage,
like-
Nigerians name
Alwalia, that kind of thing at his village. Will he praise his government for doing that? Okay, if he loves that water scheme so much, why not send his children, if he has kids, or his younger ones or his cousins, to go to that school to go and be fetching water like that? People are just blinded by circumstances. It's so sad. It is so sad that we just praise and hype mediocre things. It's so sad.
Blind allegiance to nonsense, because that's what we're doing at this point. We're not respecting ourselves. And respect, because I mean, we are going to clap for the most
To tell you
ridiculous
the truth,
things.
did you see?
Where is
Even in Lagos, I'm not trying to compare, but like this is something we should be doing. I've forgotten the local government area. There's a local government in Lagos that built, if you see the state of the art school, if you see the kind of school they built, local government, not state.
No, we know that the local government has the power to do those things.
Local government.
Ayema.
If you see the kind of school, the structure they put up,
I know.
they were not even making so much noise about it. But look at that sorry excuse of a water scheme. We're making noise about it, insulting people who are calling it out.
It goes beyond the schools, because I'm trying to point out how much this mediocrity is costing us as a people. Our healthcare system in Nigeria is also undergoing this same problem. If any nebu low standard, if any nebu mediocre, if any nebu
mediocre at its best.
that is
There was a Nollywood legendary actor, a veteran actor who died, I think, last week. They shared a picture.
Tom
Unjamanze, yes, of blessed memory. They shared a picture of his hospital. They shared a picture of him on his hospital bed. You need to see the window. You need to see the kind of. Imagine going into that kind of place with that kind of physical condition and expecting to come out. The environment alone will kill you. The environment alone will reduce your chances of even getting better to zero. Because tell me how that environment is conducive for someone who is sick.
That's for someone like him. Imagine people who cannot even afford our dilapidated healthcare system. Because good hospitals, teaching hospitals, national hospitals in this country, where they are still running operations with touchlight. I'm not
telling
even
you the
joking
truth
right now. We have had hospitals in Nigeria that have been in darkness for 90 days. I know unimaginable things in this country. We say and do things that are mind-blowing. And our producers are saying that it's time for us to leave. Manameyo, please, any closing words before I wrap you also?
I really have no words. So where is your-
I'll say you have no words. You must have something encouraging for our listeners and to the entire Nigerian people.
To the listeners, to be honest, there's a quote I go by, and it's from a song, right? Olilanya Dengozi. It is good to have hope, but then don't have blind hope. See you same time next week.
If ọ bụ na ị na-emegba mbọ ka ịkwanyere onwe gị ugwu ka obodo dịla anyị niile na mma, ya gaziele gị.
Ndewo na Enugu ụtụtụ ọma ebe ọbụla iso na-anọnyere anyị na southeast na mpaghara southeast nọ n'Enugu ịnọ n'Ebonyi ịnọ n'Aba ịnọ n'Ụmụahịa ịnọ n'Owerri ebe ọbụla ịnọ onye ije motos abatago n'Enugu ehelụ maka n'ọkwụ na-ana enwerọkwa oche solumu ka efu na anyị abịago na Holy Ghost Bus Terminal 2 n'Enugu State na 042 Coal City ebe ife niile na-eme ebe onye ije motos na-esi wee na-ewere ọwala anyị